Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Hope everybody's having an awesome morning. Hopefully your trading is going well. I'm looking forward to ending off the week great here. So let's dive into it. Also, just want to give a shout out to everybody in the recording. Just want to say hello to you and welcome you here. Um, by way of disclaimer, as always, I need to remind you guys about the risks involved in this market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment. So make sure that you're aware of how big your lot size is and how many pips you're risking on each trade and ultimately how that would affect your account. So please be sure to manage your risk when you're trading. Okay, guys, so not a lot of news today that I saw. I have a buy on the Euro franc right now. Gonna let this hold for a little bit, see where this goes. We had a breach in the lower Bollinger Band probably about 5 minutes ago. So I have taken that position there. I've got several orders on, and I'm just going to hold for a second. There's actually a lot of different pairs you could trade. This is just one of my favorite ones, as you guys know. I love trading the Euro franc as an option for the banker's close. Sorry about my voice. I've been really tired. I traded the Tokyo close yesterday. That was a lot of fun. But let's look at my dashboard here. So there are a lot of options. Like you could buy if you're kind of late, the pound franc is a great buy. You could also sell the euro pound. That's another good option. Actually, I might do that one. That looks awesome. A sell on the euro pound. Let me check here. There's really not a lot of lined up news. There were several figures that came out last night and said some things like apparently France backed out of a energy charter deal that was pending. Let's see what else happened. USDN takes a dive. And then just speculation about the Fed's next rate hike. But yeah, that's basically it. And then there's a lot of news on Monday. So I'm trying to see if we can close out of our trades. If we can make our money and be happy with it, make some good pips today. I'm going to go ahead and I probably won't take a second trade today if our first trade is successful, just because I don't want to carry over this particular weekend, just due to everyone's got flash services, PMI, dollar, pound, euro, you name it. Everyone's got some big news on Monday. So yeah, currently I'm buying this euro franc. And then, but there are a lot of options like that euro pound I was saying is a good option. The pound franc buy right now is great. Euro, yeah, there's a lot of stuff lining up. You could buy, let's see, what's another good one? Maybe the pound yen buy. Honestly, my three favorite are the three that are the ones that I like to trade the most. So that'd be euro pound short, euro franc buy, and then pound franc long. All three of these are lining up very, very well. My only concern is that the euro pound and the euro franc are somewhat, it's interesting how one's lining up for a sell and the other one's lining up for a buy, but they're both the euro base currency. So one will probably do much better than the other. So it's like an arbitrage trade. You could probably trade both. And then just see which one does better. The euro pound is seemingly doing very well right now. It's a little late for that one now. Dang it. It's okay, but we're going to stick to the euro franc. That's fine. Yeah, that pound franc looks like it's lining up very well. Pound franc long. Let's go take a look at this. This looks good. And real quickly, let's line up our levels on this. You know, if it breaks lower, where is it going to go? Most likely. Well, right now is a great support to be at. But if it were to break lower, there's a lot of support right in here. That would be a level I would imagine it would pause at. Also right here would be a great level to pause. I see a lot of confluence through there. And then probably right there and then here would be the levels to be watchful of. Okay. Like I said, if this trade works out, we hit that mid Bollinger Band, I will probably just do a little recap afterwards. I might even show you some trades I took last night on the bankers close for Tokyo. But yeah, if we make our money, I'll probably wrap up again. I really don't want to have carryover trades this weekend. So yeah, if the setup just goes from lower Bollinger Band to mid Bollinger Band, we're going to close and call it a good day. And so far, so good, right? So far, so good. And when I say we'll close out of 80 or 90% of the trade, and then we'll leave one or two trades on to see if we can get a little bit of a runner through the rest of the day. But that's going to be considering a stop loss that is brought to break even, right? All right, this is looking good, looking good. Probably a third of the way there. Yeah, that euro pound has already hit its mid Bollinger Band. That one was successful first. You can see right here. Had that break right there at the top of the hour, and then it's already come back to the mid Bollinger Band. And then you have this pound franc. That one's also looking good. Yeah, massively good here. Almost there. So they're all good today. They're all good trades. And we'll see if we get a break lower. Who knows? We'll see. So over here, buy a couple more, or just, yeah, I just bought one more. Okay. Just building quite the base of support down here. Quite the base of support. Just need to see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, what we'll have to do is here's how we'll make our money today. So if this base holds, when we get back up to, this resistance right here, or this old support, that would be our target for the day. If that does not hold and we break lower, we'll add a lot more down here. And then if we get a break back up to where these initial trades are, we'll make our money that way, because we'll break even on these trades, and then we'll make positive on everything below those trades. And then the same thing would apply, if we broke lower, say down to here, we would do the same thing that way. I'm going to buy another trade. Perfect. Let's see if I can delete a lot of this junk that I put on here. Delete them all. It's easier. Draw those lines again. So right around here is the next true support. So I imagine we'll at least go to that if it breaks lower. And then right there, and then there be our levels. All right, let's see. Looks like it's mounting a little comeback on that bar. Let's see how that goes. All right, I'm going to buy one or two more there. Hey Rodney, we're buying the Euro franc this morning. Um, Almost per usual, right? It's pretty much one of the ones we love to trade. And so what I've done so far is we've got um, just our different supports drawn out here. So these are the different levels the market could go to this morning. Um, and so, our job is just to respond when it hits those levels, if it hits those levels. Right now, we're getting a break in that lower Bollinger Band. So this for us would be a buy opportunity. And then we're just today, if we can, it just depends on what the market gives us. If we do hit our target, I'll probably wrap up the class and try to. I want to try to not carry over trades today if I can. If anything, um, we'll probably, if we have to hold these trades past the hour, um, I'll try to see what opportunity we can get to close these out. Um, within the next couple of hours, if there's an opportunity to do so. Um, just because it is Friday, we tried not to hold stuff over the weekend if we can help it. If we have to, such as life, right? But I'd like to avoid that if possible. Okay, mounting a little comeback on this bar here. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I started at 117 today. So as I do cleanup, just remember that. So I started at 117 positive. I'm just going to close out a couple of these now that we've got a nice, we'll move up. Okay, there we go. I'm going to leave the rest of those to run. Well, today you're actually doing good. Coming late a little bit today was almost nice. This trade's not gone in our favor quickly. So today's almost a good day. I feel kind of bad because some of the alternative trades, like if you look over here, here's my dashboard with all the trade opportunities. The Euro pound had a great opportunity at the top of the hour to short. I did not take that one. And then the pound franc had a great opportunity to buy right here. You can see the break in the lower Bollinger Band, and then it came right to the mid. So all of the other ones we would have been done by now. The Euro franc's being a little bit stubborn to get there. I'm sure we'll make it. Just being a little stubborn getting there this morning. So you actually kind of got lucky for coming a little later today. Probably have a better, your average price into the trade is probably better than mine. All right, and now we just wait. It's not creating a new low right now. So if it's not in a new low, I'm not adding. But I've got the position built up. Now we just have to wait for that move higher. Need some good luck. I'm sending it your way. Hopefully, I think today will be good. I just my only concern is there's a lot of news on Monday. So if we don't close out today, I guess you could close Sunday and just hope for a lot of this to work out. So we really do kind of need to make a decision on a lot of our trade. In my opinion, I think today's one of those days where, hey, there's some news coming up next week and you got a weekend in between. It's probably smart to try to whatever we can do to close out of our trades and be profitable by the end of today would be ideal. And we still, I'm just saying that right now because we haven't hit our targets yet. But, you know, if we hit our targets, then that's, you know, we still have 40 minutes to do so. Well, we have more than 40 minutes to hit our targets. We have 40 minutes left in the class, and we got plenty of time to respond. FluxTradingFirm.com. That's another prop. I'll write that down real quick. Talked to my wife about it. I think I might do, I'm not sure yet. I'll look into the 5%ers a little more, but so far the winner for me has been my Forex funds. I think that's the way I'll go. Not sure yet. Not totally sure though. Just grabbing a couple more trades there. Put that down. There's a lot of them now. I think it's kind of a goal of a lot of traders to make their own prop fund. You know, if you're good at trading and it's your profession, a lot of people do it. I mean, I literally know people in my town that made a prop fund. I mean, that's what this is right here. This platform that I'm trading on, Alveo. It's with the apiary fund. They're basically their own prop. They fund you. This is their money that I'm trading. But I'll tell you what, not to diss on them at all, but if you can get funded with another company that's $50, $100, $200,000 like immediately, I feel like that would be the ideal place to go to get funded, because that's so much more money than what I'm trading with here. All right, so we just bounced on this support, or we're just hitting that support level there. And let's see what this gives us. Technically, there's some pretty good support right. There's one right there, and there's also one there. I guess there's a lot of different levels I could see the market finding some help at. All right, let's see what it does around here. There's a lot of support it's running into right here. See what it wants to do here. Yeah, this unfortunately won't be one of those trades that just goes immediately to your target, like maybe the euro pound would have or the pound franc would have today. But it's just one of those trades we have to tango with and just kind of work on. It's just one of those things like we just have to learn to work with it, work with what the market's giving us rather than being like, oh man, I wish it wouldn't do that. I mean, it's just what it does, sometimes it does that. And we just have to work with what we're given. Well, that's interesting that you would have gone with a different company than 5%ers. Yeah, I'm sure it had its other pros and cons, kind of like you told me yesterday. But I mean, yeah, and I also thought about, I think I'm gonna do FT or not FTMOs. I'm gonna do my Forex funds evaluation process just because the profit split is 85% to 15 versus if you do FT or my Forex funds accelerated where you can get a funded account of 50K like today. The downside is you're locked in at that 50% profit split forever. Like you're not going to get anything better than that, which kind of stinks. And then when you think about all the other expenses, like your taxes and all the stuff that's going to come out of that, like you could have a day where you make, $5,000 and you're like, well, I'm not going to see very much of that $5,000. So that's kind of my thought is I'd rather get something with a higher profit split. Even though it may not be funded today, I'll be a little patient and wait. So all right, got mounting a little comeback here. Let's see if this candle is able to engulf this previous candle. If so, on the next bar, I'll probably do some cleanup. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. This bar is brand new though, so I don't know if we'll wait the full 4 or 5 minutes to get to the next candle. I try to be kind of mindful and thoughtful on how I do the cleanup, because if you do the cleanup too early and you cut some of these losers a little too early, then it really cuts into your profit later in the day. But at the same time, like if it keeps going lower, you're going to wish you had done some more cleanup, right? So it's a tough balance to try to achieve. Okay, so if that goes up a little bit more, which it just did, yep, there it is. So I'm gonna just go ahead and close like 2 or 3 of these. Again, you're closing the worst trade out first, keeping the better trades. And again, what that does is you kind of settle with the market. So you're giving the market a little bit of something. And then what that does for you is it allows you to continue to work with the market if it continues lower, because now you have more capital, and you're not going to be as down as badly when if the market makes another low. So you're buying yourself that opportunity to continue to work, because you're kind of, in a way, we're kind of finding the bottom of the market, at least for this hour, with this particular trade. It's the same thing when we're selling on the banker's close. You're kind of saying, hey, we believe this is probably pretty close to the top or pretty close to the bottom in this hour, because of the phenomenon that takes place in this hour most of the time, right? And so that's one of the reasons why we do that, is to be able to free up some capital so that we can continue to work with the market. Right now we're sitting pretty good. I know obviously we're down at the moment, but I mean, I'm up on the day still because of my trading from last night. But yeah, down on this particular trade in the morning, yes, of course. But that gives us so much room. We have so much ability at the moment. We're actually in a really good spot despite being down on this trade at the moment, right? I wish I could give you guys a trade that just made money immediately every single time. Like, that would be my goal. But I can't promise that. I can't say that I can do that every time. But we'll certainly do our best, right? All right, let's see what it does here. Let's see if it can, like I mentioned, mount that comeback. What I would be looking for, not necessarily at this point, the mid Bollinger Band doesn't make as much sense because it broke even lower. So my target on this would be most likely around where the top of these trades are. That would be my target now, or right here, one of those two, just below this old support, now resistance, would be my target. And then yeah, just there's another little resistance or support just above kind of where these trades are. So the goal would be that each trade winds up profitable. The least profitable trade will only be up a pip or maybe a half a pip even. But that would be the end goal at this point with this trade. So that's my target this morning at the moment. And again, with the banker's close, that target is subject to change throughout the morning. But for now, that's where I want to go. An elusive holy grail. Yes, that's what I try to do every day. That's awesome. It's definitely trying, definitely trying. So we'll see what we can get here. While we're waiting and not, it's not creating another low, I do want to just show you quickly my trade from last night. I took a couple of trades. I don't know if you guys, do you guys trade the Tokyo close, or is that just too late for most of you? I don't know. It's pretty late for me, and I'm on the West Coast. But yeah, so it was on the Aussie yen last night, trying to figure out where. I don't normally draw out my analysis on this chart, but let's see, it would have been, let's see. Yeah, pretty late, isn't it? I don't know if it was this trade or was it I think it was this. Yeah, I think I shorted this right here. Yeah, I think that's the one I got into right there. And then the other trade I took was I think it was the Kiwi yen as well. Let me close this one out. I think it was this guy. Yeah, I think I shorted this move right here. So I got in a little before the hour, the 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. hour. Got in a little before that, but yeah, I think I shorted this. I just saw that, hey, the market was overall down. It had to break in the upper Bollinger Band, or at least was touching it. And, hey, we're pretty close to the banker's close hour. I think it's a good thing to go ahead and start selling. I think that's the trade I took. I can't remember. It was pretty late last night, but yeah, same thing. On my FTMO account, I made $400 or $500 on that trade, which was awesome. Okay, so let's shift back to the London overview. Okay, like I said, with this one, it's so interesting. I think I just have different settings. When I look at the mid Bollinger Band on this chart versus the mid Bollinger Band on my other chart, they're different. So I don't know if I have my settings different, the deviations different on each one, but they are different. So again, I think it's really important to also have, coupled with looking to close at the mid Bollinger Band, I think it's important to try to find your own entry. So saying, hey, look, when this market gets to this old resistance here, which is just above the mid Bollinger Band, I think that's a great, using your technical analysis on top of what you know how to do, I think is really important. All right, so far so good. Let's see how far this comeback can go. Oh, let me see. I think 22 are the default settings on T4. Yeah, and I think that's the default on here. I think I can check. Oh no, this one says 10. That's probably why. Let me change this to 20. Yeah, see, that puts it, that is where I see it on that's why. On my other chart, FTMO, that's where it's at. So And basically this resistance area, which is actually ironically now just below the mid Bollinger Band, that's where we want to close most of these trades out, is right in there. Cool mystery solved. I love that. And we're getting close. This could be, if we get a solid push here, we're gonna be out, which will be awesome. But I'm not counting on it just because this pair has struggled in the last several minutes, as you guys know. So we might be in this just a little longer, even though this is looking promising. Sorry to be pessimistic, but that's just how I feel right now. I just feel like it's not going to be that easy. All right. That one ended, that actually closed a solid bar up. So that's interesting. Let's see what this, if we get a duplicate bar, we're done. Like if it does that one more time, we've made our money and we can call it a good day. What I don't want to see, and I've seen this happen several times this week even, is it mounts a little comeback and then it actually just floats down for the rest of the morning. And then you have to wait until later in the morning or afternoon even to get enough of a jump to make your money. That could happen to us too. It's just that move that it made there, to me, just wasn't enough to make it worth closing out the trades. So that's why I'm like, hey, I'd rather just continue to work with this market, even if it pulls back again. But we'll see. It's flickering quite a bit. I don't know if you guys are watching that bar, but it is like bop, 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 bop. In fact, now just turned green again. That's crazy. That is crazy. That means somebody, this is actually good for us. Somebody was selling that pretty hard and it didn't work out. Somebody, whoever sold, somebody bought it right back. So who knows? I mean, I don't want to get super confident here, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Observation made, right? But yeah, I mean, whatever we can do to get closed out in 10 minutes would be awesome. I'm not saying it will happen, but yeah, if we can, that'd be great. Wow, that is a flickering candlestick. Just flicker, 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 back and forth. I get the feeling that it wants it. Here we go. Okay, well, that's actually hitting one of our levels of resistance there. So I'm going to close just 2 of those trades out. Just again, worst trade out first, keep the rest, right? That's going to put you in the best position going forward. It seems counterintuitive sometimes, but it's literally, it's one of the best trading tricks I've ever learned. And trade management, honestly, that's what it is, trade management. All right, guys, this is looking good. I'm happy. I'm closing out several trades, just so you know, on my FTMO, because I made like $800 on that move. Okay, I'm out of my FTMO trades, and we're basically there too. I'm going to flatten, guys, right there. I like this. This looks great. Boom. Okay, that's 173 pips for the day. Oh, good. I'm happy. That makes me really happy to do that. I just didn't want to. We may have been able to make more, but honestly, I'm just happy that it's a win, and it's a good win too at that. And we can go into Friday or go into the weekend with no trades on. That makes me pretty happy. Yeah, and it was a banger trade over here. I didn't show it on that side, but yeah, over here with you guys, you know, made what, 75 pips or something like that, or fit between 60 and 75 pips or something. But yeah, on my side over there, it made almost $800, which is awesome. They don't really look at pips as much on MT4 that I've noticed, at least, because I'm just a newbie to MT4. I don't trade it as much. All right, well, that is good stuff. I'm really happy to see that. And again, I closed out early. Again, here's why I closed out early, so everyone knows. When you look at, this is something that I'm really trying to push with this strategy. Since I added this rule of don't trade around news, you know, within 12 hours or 12 hours behind. So any pair that you're going to trade, there can't have been news before 12 and after 12. Okay. So, and it's been a game changer because you have a lot of confidence going into a trade when you have this rule installed. Well, if you look at it, there's really not a lot of news today, and there wasn't a lot of news yesterday. So pretty much every single currency pair was available to trade today. But when you look at Monday or Sunday, nothing really on Sunday. There's actually a bank holiday with the Kiwi, so you won't even trade the Kiwi Sunday or Monday morning, Sunday night or Monday morning, whichever it is for you. But if you look at it, the docket for Monday, you've got news with the euro, big news. You've got lots of news with the euro and the pound. You've got some dollar news later that day, right? So when we trade on Monday morning, most likely the franc is really going to be our only option. So when we come over to the docket over here, or the overview of trades, this euro franc, euro pound, pound franc will be off limits. We will have to look at things like the Aussie franc, the CAD franc, let's see, the franc yen, which will be fine. We can make things work. The Kiwi franc, we'll have to look at those pairs for this opportunity. Does that mean that we won't make money or couldn't make money on the euro pound or the pound franc, some of our favorite currency pairs to trade for this strategy? No, those will probably be fine, but there's that one time in 10, one time in whatever it is, where if you trade through news, this phenomenon does not work, right? You're going to lose money if you trade through news or around news. You really want to find a pair that does not have a lot of news associated with it, because if you're in that hour, you get a break in the upper or lower Bollinger Band and there's no news causing it. I'm not going to say guaranteed because I can't say guaranteed, but you've got a good trade. You've got a good trade. And that's what we're looking for, is when we're trading every day, we want to find stuff like that, because you can feel comfortable putting a somewhat larger position on these trades when you can know and see, hey, look, like this market is not going to go very far against me. If it goes against me, when it goes against me, my drawdown is not going to be too steep because there's not a lot of news. Again, we still have days where we draw down. Today was one of those, but fortunately, we were able to make our money within the hour and get out. Other days, we'd be trading still right now, and we'd be holding on to these positions and letting them run through the morning. That's okay if there's not a lot of news and we can forecast and see, hey, there isn't anything coming up. But if we were to carry over a trade and there's a news event in the next 12 hours or whatever, and it's a big one, we can't really hold anymore. You kind of have to take that hit. You don't have the luxury of being able to hold and have that chance for, recouping your money on that position. Speaking of, I think we did a good job on this trade. Look at it right now. It's pulled back some. I guess it's just really just hanging out right here. It's very flippery right now. There's definitely a battle between everybody here, but this is a classic trade setup. I am very happy with what we did today. Obviously we started buying over here, but we stuck to our guns and continued to buy. I think we even said when we were trading this, I think we even said, with our game plan, when we started buying here, we said if it comes down, we'll continue to buy into these support levels. And then when it comes up, you can basically break even on the worst trades, but then all the profitable trades made it worth it on that move up. This type of trading would normally not be good with most other strategies, because if a trade's going to go against you, the thought process is with most other conventional strategies out there is, hey, you need to cut your loss and not hang out with that trade. It just it didn't work. They're more breakout systems. But since this is a unique time of the day where this phenomenon takes place, and the Tokyo or London close has that phenomenon where the fade occurs and the volatility is not going to be insane. It's just the right formula for this type of trade management and system. And this is why we continue to trade it. And we've had such accuracy with these trades. Again, the accuracy doesn't always fulfill in that hour. It does often, but not all the time. But overall, it works. I mean, how many trades did we lose this week? I don't even know did we have a losing trade this week by the end of the hour, yes, we were down on some of them, but did we lose the full trade? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't recall. I'd have to check. I keep track of all of our signal pips. I have a spreadsheet. This is actually what gets updated on the website. Right here, this spreadsheet connects directly to the website. So when you go to the website over here, tradingwithsteve.com, and you see these pips that are updated for the week, the month, I come in here every day and update based off of the trades that we've taken. So these are legitimate. I'm not sure why it's taking a second to load here, but we'll give it a second. Here it comes. So these are the pips for this week. I'll have to go in and update this and find out. I think I was up 117 pips this morning. So yeah, I guess we made 60 or something pips. I don't know exactly. I'll have to double check, but that'll get updated. These are legit pips that we've made in the last 30 days with the bankers close specifically. I think there's been a few caught report swing trades that have been in here as well, but most of this is from, the bankers close. And that doesn't even count because I don't send out signals for the Tokyo close. I mean, I could, but most of my clients, you guys, and I'm growing my clientele base, I'm only advertising to get more clients in the United States. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense to send out a signal at 2 a.m. I think you guys would get kind of angry with that. So I don't. But yeah, these are mostly just from the London close, which is pretty awesome. And that's all from, this over here. Yeah, this week we didn't have a loser overall. We did not have a losing trade. Last week we did on Thursday. And we could have, if we had carried over like we should have and did it well, that should have been a profit on that day. But every other day, it's always been profitable, which I think is amazing. So I think that's about it for today. So congrats, guys. Keep up the great work. I have all the recordings uploaded. I'll get this one up in the hour. But have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you on Monday.